good, y'all, man. I think we might have the hardest opening in the business for sure.
Bro, you read my mind. I swear to God, I was there. I'm like, bro, this the best show on YouTube, dog. I'm sorry.
For real, for real. All right, y'all. Crosswalk, episode 48. I'm Cross. I'm not Cross. That's Cross. I'm Jax. I'm tripping. All right, so episode 48. Who you got for number 48? Mine was
you already had George. You can go, brother. You got it.
Okay, yeah. I mean, obviously, despite the Raiders hat I have on, I'm obviously a Cowboys fan. So number 48, man, that's Daryl Moose Johnston. Easy, easy. We don't get Emmitt Smith to the record of rushing yards without Daryl Moose Johnston. So that was an easy pick for me.
Yeah, bro. I remember Moose back in the 90s, bro. Like, he was a staple, had the cowboy collar, playing fullback, bro. Hey, real football heads remember Daryl Moose Johnston, man.
For sure, for sure. Who you got?
So my number 48 is a little closer to the vest for me. For me, I'm going with Torrey Hunter, man.
That's a good one.
Number 48 back in the Minnesota Twins days, parlayed over to the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. Actually had a chance to play against Torrey Hunter, meet him, phenomenal person. Like, couldn't say enough good things about him. It was one of those things, you hear about guys that play sports and they play pro ball, and then they meet guys that they watched on TV, and they don't really live up to being like the guy. Like, I met him, bro. And when I tell you, he was so down to earth, so cool, so chill. And, bro, he actually surprised me and knew, like, stuff about me, bro. And it really just caught me off guard, man. But, yeah, definitely Torrey Hunter for me.
That's a good one, man. So a lot happened this week. So we're going to talk about the draft. We're going to talk about the UFC, obviously, what's upcoming, as well as Manel Kape versus Horiguchi. And dig into something that actually was not on our radar, definitely not on our bingo card. So Dustin Poirier got into a little bit of a situation. I'm sure everybody's seen it at this point, but what it looks like happened is he got a little saucy and got into a bit of verbal altercation with a few people, namely a cop. Who the body cam footage has been released. I'm sure everybody's seen it at this point. And yeah, man. So obviously you've seen the footage. When you saw the footage, what was the first thing that popped into your head?
Man, I had a little bit of everything. First off, you can tell he's definitely, been throwing a few back in the airport. I've been in that airport, and I totally understand the headache of being in that airport. It can be a nightmare at times. Then they didn't let him board the flight, so I get him being frustrated. Then you throw alcohol in the mix. I get that, but I kind of looked at it from a little bit of a different angle. A lot of people don't really speak on when you're in the public eye. You're this big professional athlete, and living that life and performing in front of thousands and thousands of people, bro. It's a drug, and it is unlike all the other drugs out there. And when you leave the sport and you don't get to experience that, and you don't get that rush anymore, it's kind of like that high that you always chase, but you're never going to get it again. And it can be tough for a lot of athletes. I mean, with Dustin, man, he's in that transition phase where he's going from being Dustin Poirier to being the guy that used to fight in the UFC. And it can be very difficult. And figuring out that next step and that next chapter of your life can be very difficult. And it's tripped up a lot of people. But the fact that this is all that happened, it could have been a lot worse. If the cop did not know who he was, it would have been a lot worse. He probably would have got tased, got beat up, something like that. And it could have been a lot worse. Yeah. And I think some good's going to come from it ultimately.
Yeah, man. I think so too, man. Like, when I first saw it, I ain't gonna lie, like, it validated a lot of thoughts that I had already. Because, like, I thought that every time you see, how you understand where I'm coming from when I say this. You see somebody who is not black, but you like, It's you, a lot of black people, and I can tell. And when he started, talking and all that, I was like, you've been around a lot of black people. And I guess that's as a person who's a fan of him, like it validates the feeling of like, see, I knew it. But on the flip side, I know it's not something that he wants his daughter to see,
Yeah.
And if at this point, especially being an adult, a person who's a businessman, a pillar in Lafayette, and a legend, like that's not something that you want on tape, nothing that you're not going to be proud of your daughter seeing. So I feel for him. I'm not mad at him or anything like that. It's just, he's a person. Things happen. And I just hope that he takes this and gets the help that he needs, because obviously he said it before that this transition was going to be tough. And it's coming to fruition. But hopefully this is like a major milestone or a learning opportunity for him to be able to pivot that and like you said, do some good with it. That's hopefully.
It should serve as a wake-up call for real.
Yeah. And luckily for him though, like he's got Jolie Poirier with him, and she's seen the ups and downs already. She ain't no new person to who Dustin is with or without the money. So I think that she's gonna help him get to where he wants to be, or he needs to be. Shout out to you, Grimy. Grimy said some people idle hands is a bad thing, and Dustin has said that. He said that. So yeah, it's tough. So have you seen, obviously you professional athlete, you did everything that you had to do growing up, high school, all that stuff, to be able to be given these opportunities that you earned to play baseball, to play college football at the highest level. When that ended for you, how hard was the transition for you?
Man, me personally, nothing you say or like anybody like you hear about, nothing prepares you for it. And it is the hardest thing. It's so hard because you got to think, as an athlete, you spent so much of your life. It's just there's so much structure. You know where you got to be. You know where your competition is. You know when you need to train. Like so much of your life is laid out, and you know how it looks. But then once the sport is gone, it's kind of like, where do I do now? Where do I go? Like you've never been in this position where like you got to like figure out who you are in society outside of the sport. And when I tell you it is difficult, brother, it is super difficult.
Yeah. And I know that Dustin wants to stay close to the game, which he obviously is with the podcast that him, Dean Thomas, and Jorge Masvidal have, and as Chris Weidman too. But it's not like being in there. It's not like training and being met with that ultimate obstacle. So I know he's struggling, but I'm not mad at that dude at all. Now if it happens like 5 times, then that's something to talk about. But my question for you is, does this change or put a dent in Dustin Poirier's legacy?
I don't think it puts a dent in his legacy at all. I mean, but at the same time, like I think I have a different perspective on it, to where like I have somewhat of an idea of what that transition is like, and I know like what it actually feels like to deal with those demons like that. Yeah. But like I said, man, thankfully, this is all that happened. Nobody got hurt. Nobody got harmed. He just got arrested. It ain't going to be nothing serious, major, anything like that. Hopefully, like I said, it's a wake-up call. He can figure out like, all right, like maybe I need to like let the alcohol go. I can't really keep it under control. And just got to like figure out, where he wants to be in his life, and just figure out his place in society now.
Yeah. And Grimy said if Conor hasn't put a dent in his legacy, then Dustin definitely hasn't. 100% agree. I don't think it puts a dent in his legacy. He's a real person. He's a real person. That's all it is.
Because I mean, being honest, man, didn't Charles Barkley like throw somebody through a window like back in the day?
Yeah.
Like this, nobody got hurt right here. You know what I mean?
Yeah. There's very few people who have any sort of legacy that doesn't have a blemish, and most of them don't have a blemish because it was a time when all of their business wasn't out in the street. Like LeBron might be the person who's kept his nose the absolute cleanest as it goes for superstars. So yeah, it's a tough situation. Yeah. All right, so let's talk about what happened on Saturday. Manel Kape knocked out Kyoji Horiguchi. Horiguchi was having a good fight leading up to that.
Winning the fight.
He was winning the fight easily. But the thing that Manel Kape has that other fighters in the flyweight division don't have is an equalizer.
Yep.
He can turn the fight real fast. But what did you take away from that fight?
Man, watching the fight, I didn't pick it up when it actually happened, but then going back, watching it again, and then like seeing some people talk about it, bro. Manel Kape is in southpaw the whole fight, and then he switches to orthodox. And as soon as he switches orthodox, he hits Horiguchi with a counter right hand, rocks him, finishes him in a blink of an eye, man. Like just like you were saying, man, Manel Kape, he got that nuclear option at flyweight, which that's not really what you see down at that weight class, but his power is very real. So it's always a threat. And man, when he lands, he gets you out of there.
Yeah, that's 100% true. Shout out to you, Irvin Gonzalez. Appreciate you popping in here. Yeah, I totally agree. It was surprising how it happened to me. The way that it was going was kind of the way that I thought it was going to go, with Horiguchi just being more versatile with what he was doing, and he was stifling Manel, but Manel's learned and he got him out of there. So does this solidify Manel Kape as the next challenger following the obvious? Obviously, Van has to fight Pantoja. Is he going to fight the winner?
Yeah, I think that pretty much just put the nail in it. Like Manel Kape's definitely the number one contender. Depending upon when Pantoja comes back, because I know Van wants to be active. He's been super active up until winning the belt, and that's not really his fault, because I know once you become champion, man, like they put you on like a little timetable when they want you to fight, what events they want you to fight at, and all that. So I know that plays a part in it, but hopefully we can get Pantoja Van soon, and then Manel Kape can finally get that title shot.
Yeah. Finally, man, he's been working so hard for it. Yeah, totally agree with that. What did Grammy say? He said he did that on purpose. He said with the stance switch, Pantoja up next, but he deserves a winner for sure. Yep, 1000%. Let's see, what does it say? Daniel Barry Sports. Shout out to you, bro. Rain, been seeing you in a bunch of things. Shout out to you.
Lazy in the chat.
Yeah, Lazy the OG. What's good, bro? What do you say?
Great win for Manel, but can we talk about the titty in the room or the elephant? I meant elephant in the room, bro. I was saying it when like they was doing the announcement. I'm like, bro, that gyno is so bad, and so obvious. Like it's real bad for real.
Yeah, that was a bad situation. Oh man, Olin on MMA anomalies on his thing, what was it, yesterday? He had a gyno with a rhino horn. Yeah, man. I don't know, man. That's pretty blatant, but whatever. There were some other fights that were announced recently, and the main one, the primary one that stands out, obviously, we got the number one pound for pound fighter in the world, Islam Makhachev, no longer disputed whether he's number one now. He's going to be fighting Machado Garry. So is that the right fight? How do you think? I mean, early thoughts on the fight going into it. What do you think?
I mean, I like the fight. It's Islam Makhachev's first title defense up at welterweight. And I think in this matchup, man, we really gonna see him go up against somebody that's much bigger than him. So on the feet, I think Ian Machado Garry can definitely give Islam some issues just with the length, the reach, all the kicks that he throws. It's gonna be interesting to see how Garry uses those because Islam has caught kicks in a number of his fights in the past to get those takedowns. So it's gonna be interesting to see how Garry uses them because he loves to use the kicks. And then on top of it, like we've seen Ian Machado Garry's grappling is a bit better than I think a lot of us realized. Obviously, we're gonna have the Ireland versus Dagestan rivalry. I already know that's gonna come into it. I already know Conor probably gonna be chirping about it as well. So I'm very much looking forward to that for sure. And I think this gonna be a little bit tougher of a fight than what a lot of people think, but I know Islam's definitely gonna be the favorite. But I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, man, I'm definitely looking forward to it to see if Garry can solve that puzzle. I don't like a lot of the things that Ian Garry has done leading up to fights, specifically what he did to Jeff Neal. But one thing I can't deny is that he's a smart fighter. Very intelligent. I think that's his biggest attribute in these fights. He just figures out a way to win. And what I've seen in his, specifically the Carlos Prates fight, him using the grappling as his main tool to secure the win, despite being in all kinds of trouble at the end. So he won't have the grappling advantage in this fight.
Nope.
He does have the reach, like you said, but is he able to hurt Islam is a question.
Yeah.
I don't know if he can, and that may be an issue because if he can't hurt him, then the danger's right there and Islam can start to grapple. So, but I'm looking forward to the chess match because I'm sure Ian has another trick up his sleeve. But who do you think it's better for the UFC? If Ian wins or if Islam wins?
This one's very easy. Islam Makhachev. Well, it's a little two-part to it. The UFC, what I think they would love to happen is Conor beats Max and Islam beats Ian Machado Garry. And then we get Islam Conor chirping at 170. And we already know all the history. It's gonna have that feel, and they're gonna try and make Conor McGregor Islam Makhachev at 170.
So actually, you know what? Let's stay here for a second. So Conor is going to fight Max, like you said, International Fight Week, which, by the way, y'all, we will be doing a live stream for it. Across the live streams, all kind of stuff, but I'll actually live stream on this one. But so if Conor does beat Max, like now, all of a sudden, Conor has options. Isn't that crazy? A dude that's been away, that's how big of a star he is. A dude that's been away for this long has built up no wins in the last 5 years or so, maybe longer than that, actually, 6. And with one win, he can put himself right there to fight either Justin Gaethje or Islam Makhachev.
Yeah.
Justin Gaethje would be tougher because he would have to cut to 55. I don't know if he can do that anymore, but the option would be there.
Yeah. So I've been talking to people about this the last few days. The whole, like, if Conor wins, would he fight Gaethje or would he fight Islam? And just like you just said, man, I don't think Conor wants to go back to 155. I think being out for so long, not training at that level for so long, his body is probably like naturally used to holding that weight at 170 now. And obviously, bro, we already got a built-in storyline with Conor and the whole Dagestani crew, the whole Muslim world. We already know it. If that fight happens, it's going to be a mega fight.
Yeah, that's true. Grimy said that the UFC is desperate for stars. I mean,
especially after the White House.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, I'm looking forward to the Conor and Max fight, but I'm more so looking for the fallout of the Conor and Max fight.
Yeah.
Because if Max wins, not only is that money in his pocket, but that's just another good big name on his resume to march him forward to possibly fighting Gaethje. Maybe if Gaethje and Arman don't happen for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Another big fight, Kamaru Usman against Dricus Du Plessis in OKC. What are your thoughts on this one? I mean, you got Kamaru coming up from welterweight and fighting a former champion.
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, we finally get to find out who's the real king of Africa. Kamaru Usman already tweeted about it. He said, if you know, you know. He had like emojis and a crown and like Africa and all that. So it's going to be good to see Kamaru Usman back up at middleweight again. I think the story was pretty much written at welterweight. It's just way too deep with contenders. He wasn't going to get another title fight.
Yeah.
But with a win right here by Kamaru Usman, and he's writing a title picture, instantly in the title picture at middleweight. He could probably, if he goes in there and he like finishes DDP, he can probably jump Nasruddin Imavov.
Yeah.
For real. And then on top of it, he's already got history with Sean Strickland. I mean, they did fight once, and he's got a win over Sean Strickland. So there is a storyline there. DDP's back, since losing the title to Khamzat Chimaev at UFC 319. Been out for a while, and kind of got exposed for having that hole in his game of getting held down, can't really defend the wrestling. And we're gonna find out if he's improved that part of his game, because I'm pretty sure Kamaru Usman gonna try and do the same thing. That's basically what Kamaru Usman did in his last fight against Joaquin Buckley. So I can see Usman try to do that exact same thing, but we're gonna find out if who can get it done.
Yeah, man, I'm looking forward to that too. They're gonna be doing an OKC a week before I go to OKC, which is crazy. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. There's a lot of I guess bragging rights that'll go into this. But do you think that the UFC is missing out by not having this in Africa?
I think so. I mean, I think it definitely would have been good. I mean, we've been seeing PFL Africa put on like all these events for like a while, and like they were doing pretty good. So it's just a matter of time. The UFC need to get over there and do something, because what I've started to realize with the UFC, when they have these opportunities to go to these countries, when like they have a champion from that country, they sit around and don't make it, and then next thing you know, that guy, he ain't the champion no more. So now they can't really go over there to the countries. But I definitely think they should make it happen, though, for sure.
Yeah, I think so too. I feel like they've missed out on that. They've missed out on UFC Spain, just big time. The big complaint on UFC Spain was they don't have any good places and they don't want to do it outside. Well, they shouldn't have done UFC Freedom 250, because now we can do it outside. So now that's not an excuse.
Yep.
Let's see. Another fight that I was gonna bring up was Erin Blanchfield against Jasmine Jasudavicius, which that's a sneaky important fight. It'll probably fly under the radar because women's MMA, but it's actually really important for the division. What are your thoughts on that one?
I feel like whoever gets this win gonna be right in line for potentially getting a title shot. Then again, we got Karine Silva. She's probably the #1 contender in the division right now. But Jasmine Jasudavicius, like, she had did some work to like kind of like throw her name in the ring, and then she took that loss. But she's looking to bounce back. Erin Blanchfield, similar type thing. She took her loss. I think it was Manel she lost to, and then she's trying to get back. And for me, this fight's gonna come down to where it really takes place. In the grappling, I think Blanchfield is probably a little bit better, not much though, but a little bit better. On the feet though, I think it's probably like pretty much even, but very important for the division.
I think Jasmine might have a little bit more power, maybe. Definitely her ground and pound. Her ground and pound is nasty.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a really important fight. Lazy said that they should have gone to Mexico when they had Alexa Moreno and Yair. 1000%, bro. And Yair versus who was it? Brian Ortega? No, not Brian Ortega. The Diego Lopez. Like, dude, why did that not happen in Mexico?
I don't know.
A massive fight.
They missed out. And then with the new UFC rankings, man, Yair Rodriguez ain't even ranked anymore.
Have you gone through the new rankings, the meta ones?
Yeah, I went and looked through them. I actually, for the most part, I actually like the new rankings.
There's certain ones like that
Kevin Borjas was the one that stuck out to me. He was in the top. He was ranked, and I'm like, yeah, he shouldn't be ranked. But by and large, like, I didn't have too many issues with the new rankings.
It did solve some situations where there's inactive fighters that are still in the rankings, which that's the thing that bugs me the absolute most. Like Conor was in
Brian Ortega
for a long time. Brian Ortega, Yair. But like, or who else? Colby Covington was in the rankings for forever. For no reason. It does solve that, but then it rewards like things oddly. Like it has Carlos Prates above Ian Gary.
Yeah.
When it wasn't that long ago that Ian Gary beat him. Angela Hill is behind. She's not even ranked. And there's 3 fighters on the rankings that she beat.
Yep. And then in heavyweight, Rizvan Kuniev is higher than Blaze, and Blaze beat him.
Yeah. So there's some goofy stuff like that happening. So I don't know. I mean, it's a step in the right direction in some areas and a step in the terrible direction in other ones. But,
I think with this whole AI thing, I think the more data it gets, the more it's used, the better it'll get.
Yeah, we shall see. We shall see.
Can't be any worse than what we've had.
Yeah, I think that the major problem with what we've had is they didn't choose the right media outlets to provide the rankings. They had some really weird ones on the list, and I think that was skewing the rankings. I think that's why a lot of big names that are popular ended up being ranked when they shouldn't have been ranked because they're just popular.
Yeah.
Lazy said they should have gone to they should have gone to Africa during the Three Kings era.
Yep. That would have been huge.
That'd have been really, really big. Really big. 2-4 UFC Borjas coming in 3 pounds over. Yeah, I don't understand that one at all. Makes no sense. All right. So to the NBA, another massive thing that we've been waiting for forever. Giannis finally gets traded from Milwaukee to the Miami Heat. So, over the years we've seen some massive trades. Obviously, Luka, Damian Lillard, a lot of different big. I mean, even to a lesser degree, Jaren Jackson Jr. Some big moves, but this one didn't like shock me, obviously, because we've been talking about it for over a year and a half. But were you surprised to see him go to Miami?
I wasn't surprised. I mean, Pat Riley, bro, he runs a stand-up organization down there, and I truly respect Pat Riley. He does it like they have a culture where Pat Riley is. And I mean, believe it or not, man, even when LeBron left, the Heat still went about their business like, hey, like, we're still one of the best franchises in the Eastern Conference. And the Heat's always in the playoffs. They always find a way to win. They're a scrappy, tough bunch. And now we pairing up Giannis Antetokounmpo with Bam Adebayo. And I think Gilbert Arenas was saying it's going to be kind of like Tim Duncan, David Robinson type vibes. And in the 2026 NBA, which is all about small ball, having size and skill like that with that size is going to be a problem for a lot of teams.
Yeah. I definitely think that defensively they're going to be really, really good with those two on the back line. You got Davion Mitchell. and Andrew Wiggins, and they're excellent defenders. So defensively, I think they're going to do really well. I definitely worry about their shooting though.
Yeah.
Wiggins is a 40% 3-point shooter. Davion Mitchell, it's in the 30s, but who's playing the three? Because you need more shooting and you need somebody that's not a liability on defense, and you got to do it with no money.
Yeah, that's the thing when you bring in those stars, man. It makes filling out the roster with quality role players that much tougher.
Yep. So that's what they're faced with. And then on the Boston side, so now Jaylen Brown knows that you were trying to trade him.
Yep.
So how is that going to go in Boston, man?
I don't know. I mean, in pro sports, once you get up there, you realize it's not about the feelings. Like, you understand that the organization, like, yeah, they may treat you like a king, like they love you, but they will get rid of you in a moment's notice. And it's all business. And that's why the players like do what they do. Are like, hey, like, I want my money because I know y'all will get rid of me without even thinking about it.
Yep. And they were on their way to doing that. And now they really can't trade him, because what are you going to get back for Jaylen Brown that's going to make sense?
It's a good question.
I don't see it anywhere in the league that they're going to get something that makes sense back. So I'm pretty sure they're going to roll out with Jaylen Brown, and I'm pretty sure he's going to be salty. Knowing him, he's a very emotional person. So that they got some fence mending over there to do.
Yeah.
But did you watch the entirety of the draft?
Not the entirety of it, but I definitely saw enough, and I definitely have some thoughts on the first round of the draft for sure. So since we rolling into the NBA draft, who are your winners of the first round?
For me, I like what with the Memphis Grizzlies did. I like them getting Cam Boozer. I think that's a really good pick. I don't know if Ja is going to remain there, but even whether he does or whether he doesn't, he's going to fit with Cam Boozer. Cam he's so smart, and I think his basketball floor is really, really high. So I don't think you can go wrong with that. And then they also got Kareem Lopez, who is another person that could be a solid role player on the team. I don't think that he's going to necessarily be a starter, but he's one of those energy role players that you just need on a good basketball team. So I think that they did really well in the first round. They stood out for me. Who did you have?
So in my first, man, I got a few thoughts in this first round. So I got a few winners actually. So I really like what the Spurs did, believe it or not, man. They got some big bodies to help out with Wemby in that front line. They got another guy that can protect the rim, because what do we see in the playoffs? When Wemby would go to the bench, the opposing team would make a beeline for the basket because there was no rim protection. Well, they just brought in a 7-footer, like, rim protector, and they got another rim protector as well. So I like what they did. Also, I do like what OKC did. They brought in the 7-footer from Michigan. Me and Grimy were talking about this, to throw another body at Wemby. I like what they did, because they already know for like the next decade they're gonna have to deal with Wemby. It just is what it is. You gotta have the big bodies to throw at them. And I really like those moves, because I mean, those teams are very guard heavy and very good in those areas, and they need some bigs for real. So I really liked what both those teams did.
Yeah, Adai. Yeah. I was kind of hoping that the Mavs got him instead of what's his name? Marez Johnson. Yeah. But Johnson, to me, he reminds me of the dude, the Manimal. You remember that dude?
Oh yeah, dude played for the Nuggets.
Yeah.
Fareed.
Kenneth Fareed.
Yeah.
That's what he reminds me of. I mean, I think that Johnson is a little bit bigger, but I mean, that athleticism was crazy.
Yeah.
The energy. So I don't know. I was hoping that we would either get Mara or get who I really wanted was Kingston Flemings. That's who I really wanted.
Yeah, I thought Johnson was a little bit of a reach for y'all. Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
I agree. I think
because I personally thought y'all needed somebody that can get y'all some buckets, honestly.
Yeah, I wanted either Flemings or Burries. Those are the two that I wanted. But here we are. Obviously,
who's your loser in the first round?
Ooh. That's a tough one. It's because it's hard to say because you never know how these people are going to pan out. But let me see. Who was it that got Nate? Oh, it was Milwaukee. Like Milwaukee's, I feel like theirs can go really, really good or really, really bad. Because I know they had 2 picks, but I think that both of those picks, specifically Nate Ament, like when I'm looking at these prospects, I'm looking at like what's their floor. And I feel like Nate Ament's floor is really low. Because of his size, because of how thin he is, that could really go bad, and that could be a waste of a pick. But their picks were pretty volatile to me. So it's more of a incomplete or a I'm not sure when it comes to them, and they need to hit. They got to hit.
Yeah. Well, for me, my loser is not so much the team. I'm thinking about the player. For me, it's Darius Acuff. Like, I personally thoroughly enjoy watching this kid play. He ended up getting drafted by the Sacramento Kings. And I feel like there's just no direction out there. Like, the franchise hasn't been anything since the early 2000s when they had Bibby, Weber, Hito Turkoglu, Stojakovic. Like, I don't know. I mean, it kind of sucks when you go to an organization and you feel like there's no real direction and there's no culture there. So hopefully, he can go there, turn around, and make the Kings something. But I was hoping he would go to like a different organization. But we'll see how it pans out, though.
Man, I was hoping he was going to go to Brooklyn. That's definitely a team that I root for. I mean, they've been terrible for a long time, but they're a team I root for. And I don't know, man. They just continue to draft kind of odd, and it's going to be a while before. I mean, even obviously there was a trade where they got Julius Randle, and they sent away Claxton. It's just more weird stuff. Like, why would you get Julius Randle, who plays the 4? Who I don't think is big enough to play the 5, and then you put him at the 4, which is the same position that your leading scorer plays. Like, what's going on? What are y'all doing? So yeah, it's a weird situation over there, but I don't know, man. I think Acuff, when it comes to the Kings, when things are going really well, like, I mean, they out there lighting the beam, they doing all the whole city's purple. But when things are going bad, you forget the Kings are even in the city anymore.
Yep.
Yeah. But their management, their executive office is probably one of the most trash offices in the NBA.
Yep.
Yeah. Right up there with the Nets. I think. Yeah, the jury's out on them. I don't know. Hopefully it goes well for Acuff, but
I hope so, bro. I like watching him play, man. He can hoop, and he's kind of like a new age AI, like very exciting, and the kid he can get a bucket, bro.
Yeah, 1000%.
Jay Beer, it's good to see you in here, brother.
Yeah, he said he really wanted the Jazz to get AJ. Yeah, AJ wasn't going past number 1.
Yeah, he wasn't going to be there. No. But I will say this, though. He should be very happy with Darren Peterson, bro. In my opinion, I think Darren Peterson's more skilled than AJ. It's just AJ is a bigger body, more athletic. But I think at the NBA level, I would take the guy with the higher skill personally.
I'm curious when it comes to the Jazz whether there's going to be conflict because you got a lot of people who play with the ball.
Yeah.
Like if you look at them on paper, you're like, man, this is a squad. Who you got? You got Keontae George, you got Walker Kessler, you got
The kid they just got from Rutgers last year.
Yeah, Ace Bailey. Like,
yep,
you got a starting five and the person coming off the bench, but I just don't know if they can play together.
Yeah, and they're so young too.
Yeah, so they have the potential to go, really well or really bad, really bad. Especially if Peterson is as volatile as he was at Kansas when it comes to how he's interacting with the staff.
Bro, like that whole situation, like I never understood it. Like he would only play like the first half of games, and then he would just get subbed out and not even go back in the game. I'm like, why does this dude never play in college?
Yeah, Jaren Jackson Jr., Jay Beers, yeah. But I feel a lot of Kawhi with him, man. A lot of Kawhi, and not the good parts. I'm talking about the bad parts.
Not the young Kawhi, huh?
Yeah, not the young Kawhi. The one after he won the title, Kawhi. That one. That's I see a lot of that, and I hope that that's not the case, and he's able to assimilate into the program and help them do really well because they got a lot of talent. A lot of talent.
Yeah.
Oh, and you know what? One more before we get off the NBA. The Washington Wizards have some decisions to make because they gave Trae Young a 4-year, $212 million contract.
Yep.
So he's gonna be there. They also have a lot of talent, but what are they gonna do with AD?
I don't know, but I know one thing: AJ Dybantsa need to be the face of the franchise. Like, I'm sorry, Trae Young. Like, this is who needs to be the franchise, and like make him the guy and let him learn in that rookie season in the NBA how to play at this level, how to be a professional, because he got superstar potential for real. He just gotta he gonna have to put it together on the floor, and he gonna have to keep it together between the ears.
Yep. Definitely agree with that. So on deck, we got, and they brought it up in the chat that UFC Baku is going to be at a different time, time than normal. But yeah, I don't know if are you doing a video for this one?
Nah, I won't be doing a video, but I will be live streaming it though. I will be doing a watch along for UFC Baku. So come on over to Crossover MMA. Y'all boys already know what time it is. We're going to have a good time, chop it up, the whole nine. So hopefully I'll see y'all all on Saturday.
Yeah, man. So I heard they were saying in the chat that it's a sneaky good card. Obviously, you got Rafael Fiziev against Marco Torres.
Bro, it ain't sneaky. It's a good card. Shit. Ain't nothing sneaky about it.
Yeah. So what fights stand out to you? Obviously, you got Fiziev against Torres, but what else stands out for you?
So, I mean, we got a lot of like name guys that a lot of people gonna know. Obviously, Rafael Fiziev, Manuel Torres, Shar Bullet, Magomedov, Michelle Pereira. I feel like that's gonna be a striker's delight. Nazim Sadikov is absolutely brutal. Love watching him fight. We also got the homie on the channel, Charles Energy Johnson against Azu Almabayev. That's going to be a very, very important fight. Then we got Ikram Aliskarov against Bruno Fajeda, another banger. And then we got Abus Magomedov, Mikhail Olashechuk. Bro, like I'm telling you, this card got bangers. And then Bekzak versus Matsumoto. Bro, this card got bangers, dog. Bangers.
I mean, I like the Nursultan Ruzaboyev against Andre Puliev fight too. I'm a fan of Ruzaboyev, man, for sure.
Yeah. And low key, bro, do not sleep on Puliev, bro, because he gave what's his name all he won in his last fight, the Cameroonian guy, Atiba.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like took him to decision and like had him bleeding. So Puliev, like he ain't no pushover, so it's definitely gonna be a good fight.
Yeah, man, I'm looking forward to it. I really am. What time is it supposed to start? Do you know?
I think 9 Eastern.
Oh, so we got a breakfast card. Oh, that's good. That's good
Yeah, I
right
got
there.
no problems with it at all, man. Watch the whole card, and then you got the rest of the day.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I can't complain about that. I cannot complain. All right. So we're getting to the end of the show, but I got some overreactions I want to throw at you to see how you feel, whether you agree or you disagree. All right. So the first one, Alex Pereira lost his fight against Cyril Gane. Obviously, he's gone around, talking about the blows to the back of the head. A lot of people have addressed it, including Alexander Volkanovski, who made a whole video about it, and Herb Dean, who made a video about it. But do you think that Poatan is in a position right now where he should probably just retire?
I mean, are you asking if this is an overreaction or not?
Yeah.
I personally think him retiring would be an overreaction for real, because I do think there's still some big fights out there for him. Namely, bro, all he has to do if he goes back to 205, bro, he got a big fight with Carlos Ulberg. It's a big fight right there. All he got to do.
Mm-hmm.
And then if he stays at heavyweight, Josh Hokett ready to fight. So I mean, he's got options, and he's probably not gonna want to go out this way on the White House losing like that. I doubt he wants to go out like that. So I definitely think Poatan is gonna be around for another fight for sure.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll give you mine. While I think that he could retire, and what else is left to do but go down and get a belt he's already had, or stay here and fight Hokett for money. But what does beating Hokett do for him?
Nothing.
Yeah. So it's just a matter of, does he want to do the grind to take this step to get to another step, or does he want to drop down and get the belt that he already had? I don't know. But if I were Poatan, what is he, 38 years old? It was just a matter of what my body's saying.
Yeah.
That's what it comes down to.
Yeah.
All right. Here's another one. The UFC meta rankings are a waste of time.
I disagree with that. I think it's better than what they had already. Like, obviously, is it perfect? Absolutely not. But I think for the first time it's done it, I got no complaints. I mean, yeah, there are going to be some bumps in the road, but at the same time, like, the more we do it, the more the fighters are going to know, like, all right, if I fight this person, it's going to help me. If I fight this person, I'm not going to see any benefit from it. Like, I think it makes it a lot clearer for all parties involved what they need to do if they're trying to move up the rankings.
Yeah. For me, that is overreaction. I do think that there's worth having these rankings, but I kind of, when I think of rankings, the first thing I think of is college football, because that's the first time that I saw rankings that were supposed to matter. And they had so many people that had input into what the rankings should be. They felt pretty good about what those rankings ended up being when they look at it, the coaches poll and the media poll. And I kind of look at these the same way. I feel like they still should have the other rankings, but I think that they still need to curate who is a part of that. They need to have people who really watch the fights, and make sure that these are people who watch the fights, to have that one as well as have the meta. I think they should still have both. But all right, so here's another one. Women's divisions are in horrible shape. This is actually coming off of this isn't a really, really big thing, but Ketlen Vieira left the UFC and she signed with the PFL.
So with this, I'll preface it with this. Women's bantamweight, absolutely. Yes, women's bantamweight is a train wreck of a division. The other two divisions are in good shape, in my opinion. I feel like flyweight, you got a lot of contenders, very competitive. You got a dominant champion. And then when you go down to strawweight, I feel like very competitive division again. I mean, it's going to be interesting to see if Weili goes back to strawweight and like where she fits in line. No, I know she Lazy a while back said she's dealing with some injuries, but I mean we got a new champion down there. Unfortunately, I just feel like women's bantamweight, man, is a afterthought of a division.
It really is, and the fact that they just lost one of their, I mean, quote unquote
top five
fighters.
fighter.
Yeah, she's a top 5 fighter, and that's not, you know, I don't know. They just don't really have. If Eileen Perez is that high up the rankings and really not that far away from a title shot, like your division's in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I agree. It's division specific. I do think that if Zhang Wei Li ends up staying in the strawweight division, or in the flyweight division, for whatever reason, which I don't think she should. The
Too small.
The strawweight division will start to suffer because even though Mackenzie Dern is extremely popular, she's not popular necessarily for her fighting. So,
yeah, we know why she's popular.
Yeah, I think that they're going to struggle if it relies on that. So yeah, that's going to be tough for them. But totally agree, bro. Man. Oh, one more thing I wanted to point out, and you brought it up before we jumped on. Ian Gary, didn't he sign with
Eddie Hearn?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How do you think that that's going to do or go over?
I like the timing of it because he came out with it after he already had the title fight booked. I think that was critical. Mm-hmm. Because if he signed with Eddie Hearn before that fight got made, he might not have got the title shot. They might have gave it to somebody else. So I like the timing, and you know, like the more high level fighters that sign with Eddie Hearn, I feel like Eddie Hearn is gonna play hardball with the UFC and try and get guys some more money. Which I have no problems with at all. I definitely want the fighters to make their bread. So we're gonna see what's gonna come from it. But I know it's a tough spot for Eddie Hearn to be in because the way the UFC works, man, it's the company above everything else. And if you don't want it, we'll just pass you over and go find somebody else.
Yeah, which is not right. But it's just the fact that it's not a league. I saw something that Dana said, and I wish I still had the screenshot, but he said that the UFC is competing with the NFL, the NBA, MLB, and I saw that, and I understand where he's coming from, but I totally disagree because the UFC is not a league, and until you become a league, I don't think you compete on the same playing field. They're just not.
Yeah. I get where he's going with it, as in like to me, and this is just what I think. I think he's looking at those leagues as like he wants to get the UFC on par with those leagues in a sense to where like global popularity, money they make, exposure they get. And I think that's something that they have been working on and that they have grown the UFC, and I think there's still a whole lot more growth left in the UFC. And it's kind of like one of those things where like that's where we want to be, and like everything we're doing day after day is to get to that level.
Yeah. Yep, I agree. And they're not close yet. But I think if there's just a lot of different things, they have to start to be a little bit more balanced with the people who provide the product. They got to be more balanced with the fighters in order to become on that level. Because what the UFC sold for $7.7 billion, the Cowboys are worth twice that, and that's just one team.
Bro, do you see this in the chat right now? Do we, bro? What's going on in the chat right now, man? Everybody get me heated in here, man.
What they say? See. Beer said, Jaime, you think BYU meets Michigan for the Natty 2027?
Absolutely not, man. Get out of here with that, man. I ought to ban both of y'all, man. Coming in here with that blasphemy.
I think how BYU dare you and Michigan end up ranked higher than Bama next season?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
In football?
Bruh.
You talking about something else?
But they getting me heated right now, dog. Getting me heated, man. What are y'all talking about in the chat right now?
Yeah.
See, the stream was going so well, and then Grimy got to come in here with that. I tell you, man. I tell you, dog.
He's storing that up for you, bro. Oh, you know what?
Yeah. Hey, bro, college football season gonna be lit this year, dog. Because I feel like anybody can beat anybody this upcoming year.
Yeah, I think so, man. But before we jump off here, I have one more thing, and I forgot about it until just now. What do you think about the Brandon Sorsby situation, man? He was at Texas Tech, and obviously at Cincinnati, he was gambling, doing all that. Went to rehab supposedly. Was going to play for Texas Tech. They had to get it cleared. They got it cleared. Then it got revoked, and then he decided that he was going to get into the supplemental draft. The NFL denied the supplemental draft. So, what do you think about it?
I absolutely loved it, dog. Absolutely loved it. Like, he was trying to get away from taking some accountability from betting on games, bro. Like, absolutely not. Keep your ass in college, and you have to sit out a whole year, or you go play in like the another league or something like that. But like, I had a feeling the NFL was going to do that just because, like, bro, in all professional sports, man, everybody knows there's no gambling on sports. Like, you already know that's what it is. Like, bro, you walk in the locker room, there are signs on all the doors, no gambling on sports. Everybody knows this. So I got no problem with it. I absolutely love it. Like, you did it, and you need to deal with the consequences. It's only going to cost you a year. You'll be all right.
Yep. And I was very, very happy that it went that way. Nothing against Sorsby. I think that he should have the chance to rehabilitate himself and have another go at it. But it's just, you play quarterback. You can manipulate the game so easily. Like, it's going to be really hard to trust a person like that. And I think that even next year, it's still going to be tough for him to get in.
Yeah, because on top of it, yes, you can manipulate the game, but on top of it, you know who's really hurt. You know, like, the matchups other teams got. You know what's going on. Like you can't be doing that, man. Because think about it. You on the team, your quarterback betting on the game. You gonna trust this dude? Absolutely not.
Can't trust him. Can't trust him. Grimy said it kept Charlie Hustle out of the Hall of Fame, who should have eventually got off the hook and got in before he died. And he's one of the greatest of all time, for sure. Not only him, Shoeless Joe Jackson from way back. He never got in. So yeah, you cheat, you out. It's what it is. And I have a hard time believing that he ever gets to play in the NFL.
Yeah, bro, if he gets in, like, and they just allow him to get in easy, bro, it's gonna send a very bad message. Very bad message. Because, bro, everybody in professional sports knows there's no gambling on sports. Everybody knows that.
Dude, I mean, and just think of, there's going to be so many examples. You got Colin Kaepernick. You got, what happened to Shedeur Sanders in the draft. Like, there's going to be so many different examples of, like, well, why did you do this to him when, they had to go through this? Like, it's going, if they know what's good for him, they'll probably have to keep him out. Yep.
Hey, Grimy J Beers, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Y'all both got on my nerves today. I'm gonna be honest. We weren't even talking about football, and they gonna bring Bama into this. I swear, dog.
They had to, man. They had
it's
to.
All good, man. When we get matched up with Michigan again, Grimy, we gonna beat the dogs out of y'all, man. And BYU definitely can get all the smoke they want. BYU can get it any day of the week.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to football season. I really am. Yeah. All right. So you're gonna be live streaming the Baku card?
Yeah, you already know that. You already know I'm gonna be live streaming the Baku card. So definitely pull up early on Saturday, chat. I'm gonna be here doing it, and jump in the chat, talk all the trash you want. We're gonna have a good time.
Yep, for sure. And shout out to the USA soccer team or football team, whatever they call themselves, winning their group. So who knows, man? We might win the World Cup. That'd be
Bro,
crazy.
don't we have Spain like kind of close to us? If we do, that's a wrap, dog. We definitely ain't getting through Spain.
I mean, we probably ain't gonna win the World Cup, but well, I'm sure we're not gonna win. But if we do, it'll be crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, so y'all jump on the stream with Cross, and yeah, until next time, we will see you boys later.
Peace.
Thanks for watching Crosswalk. Come back next Monday to chop it up.
So please, whatever.